we're looking at dividing a total into a given ratio. So first thing we do, step one, when we are dividing a given ratio, is to add the ratio. Now, if the ratio is 4:5, then we would add 4 plus 5, and that would equal 9. Step two, we would divide the total, whatever the total was, we would divide it by 9. Divide total by 9. And that would give us the value of each part. Value of each part. So the value of each part. So then you would multiply the 4 by 9, and you'd multiply the 5 by 9, whatever the total was. So let's see how we apply that. So 3 people contribute to a $5 raffle ticket. $5 ticket. 3 people. And the total prize that they won, the first person won $450. Right? The first person won $450. Second person won $200, and the third person won $350. Second person won $200, and the third person won $350. What we are going to be asked to do, or what we are asked to do, is to find the total amount won, the ratios that they had, and then how much each person put towards the ticket. So we add the 450 to find the amount. We add 450, 200 plus 350. And we see that that comes to $1,000. So there was total winnings of $1,000. First person won 450, second person won 200, third person won 350. What did each person contribute towards it? Now, of the $1,000, 450 is 0.45. Of the $1,000, 200 is 0.2, and 350 is 0.35. As we did earlier, we want to turn a decimal ratio into a whole number. Because this has two decimal places, I multiply it by 100. I multiply this by 100, I do the same to the last one, multiply it by 100. So I've now got a whole number ratio of 45, 20, and 35. So I write that in ratio form down here. 45 is to 20 is to 35. And I can simplify that down because 5 goes into each one. So 9, 5 goes into that 9 times, 5 goes into that 4 times, and 5 goes into that 7 times. So the ratio of their contribution is 9:4:7. First person gave 9 parts, second person gave 4 parts, and the third person gave 7 parts. To go back to step 1, add the ratios. 9 plus 4 plus 7 equals 13. Equals 9 and 4 is 13, sorry. So 9 plus 4 plus 7 equals 20. So each part is worth 20. Each part is worth 20. And in it said, I divide the total by 20, and then I want to find the value of each part. You multiply it to find the value of each part. So 20 in the first part. What I do then is to divide the total, which was $1,000, divided by 20 to find the value of each part. and we find the value of each part equals 50. So then I start looking at 9 times the value of each part, which is 9 times 50, and then 4 times the value of each part, which is 4 times 50, and then 7 times the value of each part, which is 7 times 50. So 9 fives, that's 450, and that's 200, and that's 350. So we can see that we are correct, that the first person got 450, second person got that, and 200, and the third person got 350. Yes. So now, if it was 9 is to 4 is to 7, what do I do to work out how much each person put in for the ticket? So that becomes $5 divided by 20. Or I could make it 500 divided by 20. Either way is okay. And I see that 500 divided by 20 is 225. 500 divided by 20 is not 225, but is in fact 25, or it's 25 cents. 25 cents per part. 25 cents. So again, I've added the ratios and I've divided the total, which in this instance is $5, by the total of the ratios, 25 cents. The first person has got 9 times 25. And the second person has got 4 times 25. And the third person has got, goes off on me, has got 7 times 25. So it's quite simple. The first person has put in 225. Second person has put in $1. And 7 times 25 is going to be $1.75. And if I add those three, you'll find that that comes to $5. So in this question, we were told that there was a $5 ticket, 3 people put in for it. Price, first person won $450, second person won $200, and the third person won $350. We were asked to find the total amount won. Total amount won is that. And then we're asked to find what is the ratio of each person's contribution to the $5. So we look at that and see that 450 is 0.45 of 1,000, 200 is 0.2, and 350 is 0.35. To bring these decimals to a whole number, we're going to multiply by 100. So I've got a ratio of 45 is to 20 is to 35. Here's my ratio, 45 is to 20 is to 35. Simplifies down to 9 is to 4 is to 7. So the total $1,000 divided by 20 means that each part is worth $50. So then moving on, each part worth $50. First person had 9 parts, 9 times 50. Second person had 4 parts, 4 times 50, because my ratio is 9 is to 4 is to 7, and then 7 times 50. So that's how much, and that 450 plus 200 plus 350 equals 1,000. Now for how much they actually paid for the $5 ticket, each portion is worth 20 cents. So divide, or total ratios 20 cents, 20 I should say. So divide the total, $5 or 500, divided by the ratio total, and it's 25 or 25 cents. Each part is 25 cents. First person won 9 parts, 9 times 25. Second person won 4 parts, and the third person paid 7 parts. $2.25, $1 and $1.75. There's $5. So this is how much each person 1, person 2 and person 3 put in. I want to have a look at the question, a situation where a computer screen has a perimeter of 228 centimeters in a ratio of 12:7. And we want to find out the width and the height. So again, 12 plus 7 is 19. Right, so divide the total, which is 228, divided by 19 in a ratio of 12:7. Divided by 19, so that equals 12. So first ratio is 12 times 12, and the second ratio is 7 lots of 12. 12 times 12 is 144, and 7 times 12 equals 84. Now the twist in the tail for this one is that W cannot equal 144 because perimeter equals twice length plus width, or side plus side plus side plus side. So twice 144 plus twice 84 is not 228. So therefore, I've got 2 lots of this here and here. So I've got to divide it by 2. And here I've got 2. I've got to divide it by 2. So 144 W equals 144 divided by 2 equals 72 centimeters. And then the height equals 84 divided by 2. Height equals 42 centimeters, which means that's 72, that's 72, that's 42, and that's 42, and you add those, and that equals 228. Then you're asked what would be the area of the screen, of the computer screen. And of course, area equals length times width, or LW. In this instance, if it's a straight rectangle, the length is going to be 72, and the width is going to be 42, or a straight rectangle. Is that correct? Didn't want that. Slight miscalculation there, but this is going to be, let's go back to 10. So it's 72 times 42. The area equals, and we'll answer in context, the area equals 3,024 square centimeters, or centimeters squared. Do not forget, answer in context. It's an area question. So there we have had a look at the perimeter of a computer screen, which in reality is a rectangle, and we want to find it. We know that the perimeter is in the ratio of 12:7, so the base is 12 and the height is 7. So we had to find that out. We add the 12 plus the 7 and we get 19, and then we divide the total by 19, which is what we do in step 2. We find that each part is worth 12, multiply the parts by the ratios, 12 times 12, and then 7 times 12, 84. The trick with this one, of course, it's a computer screen or a rectangle. So when we're doing a rectangle like this, we've got to halve this 44 because 2 lots, they're both the same size, and there's 2 lots of the height here. So width is 72 and height is 42. Then we're asked to calculate the area, which is the length times width, 72 times 42. Area, the length would be 72, and area equals 3,024 centimetres squared. Don't forget the square for an area measure. Thanks.